Hello, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader Exotic Gardening and Sheri and Richerson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership.
Did you eat too much turkey over there?
No, actually I didn't eat that much turkey. I mean, we had some turkey for lunch and I had a little bit with dinner, but I didn't have that much. I actually had more ham than turkey. Anyways, please leave comments below. We appreciate comments. We do read them, and we do try to respond to them. We were having a discussion earlier today, and I got to thinking about some of what I do around here. I actually do quite a bit of physical work these days, between the job and then stuff around here. Today I was pulling up some fence posts and moving them so that I could put up some fence, trying to get the pasture cleaning fenced off. You were doing
a great job.
But we were talking about it, and when I was growing up, okay, I developed asthma when I was about 8 years old. And basically this was exercise-induced asthma. Any kind of physical activities tended to trigger an asthma attack. And when I was growing up, basically had an idiot doctor. And so I was not, the medication I was on for the asthma was not anything that was actually fast acting. I did not have an inhaler. I had a couple of different pills that I took. One was initially half a pill every other day, and the other was like one pill every, I think it was 4 hours or something like that. Maybe it was every 6 hours. But it was, it wasn't anything that if I had an attack, I could take and relieve the asthma right immediately. So I had to be careful so as not to trigger my asthma. So I didn't really do much of anything physical. I didn't really play any sports. I tried to wrestle in 8th grade, but I was having, every time we did our exercises, our calisthenics and things, it tended to trigger an asthma attack. So I had to quit as a wrestler. I wound up being the manager for the team that year. High school, I never even went out for any sports. So, doing anything physical just was not something that I really considered. I was too afraid of triggering my asthma. For several years now, basically since I started working at the factory and I wound up with good insurance, I have been on a medication, a daily medication for my asthma, and it has worked wonders. I have a rescue inhaler now, but I think it's probably been at least 9 months since I used it. Last time I used it was probably 9 months ago or more. I really don't require a rescue inhaler anymore. The medication is working. It regulates my my problems, and I'm able to do more physical work. Like I said, I was pulling up fence posts and driving them into the ground in a different location so that I could run my fencing. I think I pulled 4 fence posts, maybe 5 out of the ground. Was it 5? Yeah, I think it was about 5 fence posts that I pulled. I drove, I think about 8 fresh fence posts and ran, I think, 50 feet worth of fencing, and had no problems, never worried really about my asthma all day. But I'm actually enjoying some of the physical work, because I can do it now. I'm not afraid of, suddenly not being able to breathe. Plus the fact that I do have a rescue inhaler. I know that I have that inhaler available so that if something goes wrong, if I overdo it, I can hit the inhaler and that takes care of most of the problem. So, being on the homestead is actually kind of enjoyable to me. The physical work, yeah, it's hard, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it because I wasn't able to do some of this when I was growing up. I didn't really have an opportunity to, but I also didn't have, I had no desire. I was too afraid of my asthma. So, it's been life-changing. And, I'm also now on a CPAP for my sleep apnea, and that helps my breathing as well. It cuts down on my snoring, lets me sleep deeper and better. And, so I've got a lot of work to do around here yet. Today was getting that fencing up, which I still have a little bit of a gap between the last fence post and the barn. I've got a piece of dog kennel that I could put in place to close that off. But I also have a small gate that I'm thinking about using and putting in that location. Tomorrow I'll probably put the dog kennel up and secure it for now until I can get that gate put in place. Because, I've got the pasture on the one side where we want the animals. The other side of that fencing, we've got an area that could be used for pasture eventually again. But right now it's got all sorts of limbs and stuff down in it that I need to hit with the chainsaw. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've got to get cut up and split and usable, but because of the animals and the fence not being properly secure, the animals were getting over there and they were able to get out of that area fairly easily, and get out into the rest of the property where they weren't secure. So I've been, working on this fencing to get it resecured so that we can let the animals out and know that they're secure and safe. And I'll be able to get into that area and work without being interfered with by the animals, or worrying about the animals getting out and running, the property or getting out into the road or anything like that. But I'll have the opportunity then to start clearing all of that stuff, clear the brush, get the bigger stuff cut into pieces that I can transport and split and stack, and just, get my wood stockpiled, because we do have some more cold weather coming. We are headed into December. The temperatures are going to start dropping. January and February are generally really cold. So I need to get this wood done. And that area, I mean, it's just been a problem, in part because of the animals. And, part of my focus has been on the fence. So I haven't been able to spend the time on the wood. So I have the fence basically done. I'll be able to secure it better tomorrow, finish it off, let the animals out, and still be able to work in peace on the other side of the fence from them, and, get something else accomplished. So that'll be my day tomorrow. But today I did run the fence. And I was just finishing it up when we were getting ready to, I had to hurry and finish so that I could get cleaned up. We were going to a friend's for the Thanksgiving dinner. And I just managed to finish the fencing when it was time to go. And we had a nice Thanksgiving. It was a, really nice dinner. And it was nice to, go and spend some time with friends and have a good conversation and everything. So, but tomorrow I've got more to do. I've got stuff to do on Saturday and Sunday. It is supposed to rain. It rained a little bit this evening. It's supposed to rain off and on through the night, small amounts, not anything major. But tomorrow is supposed to be clear, fairly warm, and hopefully I can just get out there and actually get some work done. I got some done today, but I want to get more done tomorrow, and then see where I'm at on Saturday. And then Sunday, I think probably, if I remember right, it's supposed to start raining again, and maybe I'll go down in the basement and work on running some electrical. So, because I've got to get the basement wired. I've got to get that done. But when it's a nice day outside, I've got to be out there doing some of the outdoor work. So, well, yes, and we were upstairs this evening, working through some tubs and piles of stuff up in the extra room up there, that eventually will be my room, basically for my my Civil War history books, and maybe then I'll be able to actually have access and be able to reference some of the stuff that I need, and be able to start getting back into some of my history and doing some vlogs talking about the American Civil War, because I really want to get some information out there. With all the cancel culture that's going on and people wanting to rewrite history, the reality of it needs to be out there. And I focus on military history, so when I start talking about it, I will be talking about the battles that took place, and hopefully I will be able to have some background materials, have some charts and things that I can reference to do some diagramming and explain some of the battles that took place, and but actually get some factual American Civil War history out there before it all disappears through this cancel culture idiocy. But anyways, one thing at a time. Right now it's focusing on getting some wood tomorrow, and but once again, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about the American Civil War, and how soon you want me to get started on that. I'm trying to get stuff organized so that I can have access to my reference materials. But let me know what you want to know. And but we will see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.